The energy before the WAD's picture, you enter the room. Not a single word leaves your lips. But she sees you. Not just your face, but your presence. Her eyes flicker. Just for a second. A glance so quick, most men would miss it. But not you. You saw it because you don't operate like most men. You're not chasing applause. You're not putting on a mask. You're not performing for attention. You're here because you already know the game most men never understand. You don't win her with more words. You win her with fewer, but every one carries weight. Let me tell you something that will live in the back of your mind once you get it. In the first 2 minutes of speaking to a woman, you either become a man she fantasizes about, her, a name she forgets by morning, and most men, they lose her before they finish their second sentence. Why? Because they talk too much. They get louder, faster, desperate to be liked. They perform, brag, overshare, trying to seem interesting. But women don't listen for logic. They listen for tone, for emotional rhythm. They feel more than they hear. You want to turn her on. Stop explaining, start signaling. Here's the truth. The way you speak in those first 2 minutes reveals your entire inner world. Rushed voice, you're insecure, forced cleverness, you're begging for validation, over-explaining you're not used, to being heard by someone who actually matters. But what if you didn't speak at all for 10 seconds longer than she expects? What if you just looked at her still.com, like you have nowhere else to be? Suddenly, the balance shifts. She's wondering, who is this guy? Why isn't he trying to impress me? And that curiosity, that's the spark. That's where attraction begins, because now she feels it. You're not here to be picked. You're here to pick. That's the 2-minute rule. You've got 120 seconds to show, without saying it, that you're the kind of man who doesn't need her attention, but always gets it anyway. The psychology of the 2-minute roulette. Get into the mechanics. This isn't about pickup lines. It's not about dominance theater. It's about emotional control, subtle tempo, presence, power, without performance. The kind of attraction that bypasses her mind and sinks into her nervous system. Because here's what most men forget. She doesn't just want a guy who can talk. She wants a man whose voice feels like gravity. Minute 1. Her brain isn't listening. It's scanning. She's not thinking, is this guy cool? She's subconsciously asking, does he need my approval? Is he performing? Is he emotionally stable or chasing validation? She's not reading your words. She's reading your silence, your pauses, your pacing, how you react to the quiet moments. This is where most men fail. They get anxious. They start talking too fast. They kill the tension before it even builds. And in that moment, she knows, if he can't handle silence, how could he ever handle me? Because a powerful woman doesn't need more words. She needs space, containment. A man who doesn't flinch under her emotional intensity. And that's where your greatest weapon comes in. Your pacing. Slow talkers aren't just confident, they're grounded. Think Marlon Brando in The Godfather, Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. Their words hit like steel, not because they're loud, but because they're measured. Like every sentence is a choice, not a reaction. And women, they feel that before they understand it. Their breathing slows. They match your tempo. Because now, you're not pushing energy out, you're pulling her in. Minute 2. Now she's no longer focused on you, she's focused on herself. Why am I nervous? Why am I fidgeting? Why does this feel different? And that's when the game changes. You've moved from the nice guy zone into the mysterious unknown, where curiosity meets desire. Desire lives in uncertainty, too much availability. Dead, too predictable, forgettable, too explanatory. She tunes out, but when you speak with calm authority, like a man who could walk away without a second thought, she starts imagining you. And that's the key. It's not what you say, it's what. She starts to wonder about you between your words. The Stoic man, he doesn't chase approval. He doesn't speak to fill silence. He speaks to command space. When you stay calm and she starts filling the silence, that's desire, that's polarity, your stillness. Her motion, your composure, her curiosity. This isn't seduction. It's ancient polarity, masculine, containment meets feminine energy. And it all begins in the first 2 minutes. What to, say? And never say. Now let's sharpen the edge. You know it's not about saying more, it's about saying less with more meaning. But silence doesn't mean emptiness. It means precision. So what do you avoid? Let's start with the landmines. 1. The resume flex. I'm a consultant. I love hiking. I just came back from Italy. Stop. This isn't LinkedIn. It's not about stacking facts, hoping one sparks interest. She's not interviewing you. She's sensing you. And the moment you start listing achievements, you shift the dynamic into performance. That's not job application energy. 2. The compliment crawl. You're so beautiful. I bet you hear this all the time. Yeah, she does. And when you say it, she puts you in the he's already surrendered box. Want to compliment her? Don't speak to her appearance. Speak to her essence. You've got the kind of calm that only comes from chaos. Now she's not flattered, she's intrigued. She's wondering what you see that no one else does. That's intimacy. 3. Over-validation, agreeing with everything she says, nodding, smiling, softening to avoid tension. She feels it because women are intuitive to social energy, and when you collapse your edges to fit her frame, you kill the polarity. You become invisible. What to say instead? So what should you say? 1. Speak in observations. You move like someone who's used to being in charge. You laugh like it surprises you. You've got that quiet kind of chaos beneath the calm. Now you're not questioning, you're framing, you're seeing her. And that feeling that she's being seen, that's rare, that's addictive. 2. Let silence do the seduction. Speak. Pause. Let your words echo. Don't fill the gap. Let her feel the space. Between your sentences, you feel grounded, but I get the sense you unravel when no one's looking. And then, hold. Don't smirk. Don't rush. Let her body process it, because now you're speaking to her imagination, not just her intellect. 3. Ask deep, calibrated questions. What do people always get wrong about you? What side of yourself do you only show when you feel safe? Do you lead with power or surrender with intention? These aren't pickup questions, they're psychological invitations. And only a man grounded in himself can hold space for the answers in that moment. She's no longer wondering if she likes you. She's wondering what else you'll awaken in her. If this resonated with you, if something clicked in your chest, drop a comment. I speak from stillness. Because this isn't about game. This is about gravity. And if you're ready to stop chasing and start choosing, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and walk into every room. Like your silence speaks louder than their words. Because the truth is simple. The man whose hold doesn't have to talk loudly. He speaks and the world leans in, and when she feels that, she won't just listen. She remember